Saludos chicos, chicas, sean bienvenidos a un nuevo stream de Genshin Impact. Amiguitos, no estoy tan motivado a hacer esta pinche misión de porquería. No hay que hacerla porque es misión de personaje, tal vez es importante porque es de Varka. A ver, es un personaje que generó tanto hype al final, pues es terminando una cagada. Me escucháis raro, a ver. Igual ya es porque el micrófono está en el otro lado, pero déjenme hacer la comprobación de cagar. Es hola. Oh. Es ok, de un momento.
Y listo. De hecho, este problema me ha estado sucediendo más frecuente, supongo, desde una actualización de Windows. A ver, déjeme desactivar esto porque me duele la cabeza. Ahora sí. A ver, permítame un ratito. Déjeme ver por aquí esto de acá. Incluso YouTube se anda medio muriendo, ¿no? Ahora sí puedo decir que le retrocedí al stream. A mejor ahora. Sí, ya sé. Deme un momento ahorita, ven. Hay algo que me molesta de mi suerte, y es que, a ver, digo, no me andan molestando en estas, son las 4 menos 3, serían 7. En estas últimas 7 horas no me han estado molestando en nada. Vengo, le pico al botón de emitir y ya llevan 2 interrupciones. ¿Cuál es la posibilidad? Bueno, parecía un alien, entiendo a lo que se refieren, pero bueno. Empezando de nuevo, hola chicos, chicas, bienvenidos a un nuevo stream de Genshin Impact. Y como decía, no estoy tan animado a hacer esta misión porque personaje cagada de personaje, pero venga. Me interesa ver qué demonios cuenta, porque el personaje es como de esos que llevan tanto tiempo haciendo hype y cagadas y media. Me quiero burlar de Hoyoverso, por eso lo hago y por eso lo emito, pero que tenga ganas de hacer la misión es que no tengo ganas. Iba a empezar súper rápido, pero ya ven lo que pasó. Bueno, cosas. Y gracias por avisar, la neta. Si no me dicen, literal, esto se iba de largo sin tener en cuenta lo del micrófono. Gracias por el aviso. Avatar, ajustes generales, alertas generales, input overlay, aquí está. Ahora sí puedo decir que le retrocedí al stream. ¿Por qué? Eso no... Ese no... Eso no lo entendí. Dice... No lo hubieras dicho, ¿cómo estaría bien cagado? No, ¿qué te pasa, güey? ¿Y ese culero quién es? El Varka, güey. El com dijo, te escuchas Alien y yo retrocedí para escucharte. ¿Se puede retroceder el stream en Twitch ya? A mí no me aparece la interfaz. Volver a Twitch, vamos a ir al canal. Según yo, había como que una opción para el retro... Ah, no mames, sí se puede. Yo había visto que me escribieron un correo donde dice que ya se puede retroceder el stream y yo digo, pues yo no puedo. Pero miren, ahora sí se puede. Ahora sí se puede. Va, entonces, vamos a agilitar esto. La neta, ¡cállate! La neta, ya he perdido bastante tiempo. Ajá. Oh, pero primero lo primero. Esto debía haberlo hecho el día de ayer, pero no sé por qué no lo hice. Perdí un día. Mira, para que me den ganas de hacer la misión de Varka, voy a hacer el corto, la corta misión esta. Oh. Colombina, aquí estás.
Here, this is for you. That's my share done, yes?
Hey! It's a drawing canvas! Wait, that means...
Oh.
You're just in time.
Esto todo pintado.
Wow! If it isn't Malaus, our great painter! Long time no see!
¿Para qué llegamos justo a
I
tiempo?
just took Malaus to the moon for a bit.
I'm so jealous of how you just... sat still! What did you go there for?
That's half right. We also select...
Paimon does! Malaus' Moon Goddess exhibition!
Yes, of course. In addition, she's told me that I've changed a lot since returning. That's why
What?
she wanted me to take her there.
Huh! Now that's an artist for you, alright!
Y que...
I'm not sure either. I took Malaus to many places, that is, until I brought her close to your ship.
La nave.
But after bringing her closer, I found that she was...
Huh?
¿En qué estaba interesada?
Oh! She's flying around you, Columbina!
She did so back then as well. I suspect that her real interest lies with how I looked after
Mi
seeing the
reacción al
spaceship.
ver la nave.
How you...
Yes. I was reminded of when the traveler
Oh.
and I went there together. We sat atop the ship, gazing at Tevat. She found the truth about the past, and I found my home. Just thinking about it gave me a sense of peace. Or perhaps... happiness. Yes, you are right. So, I told Malaus our story. She seemed most pleased after that. As if...
Ah! So now it's time for the great art... Huh! You didn't take Paimon up there back then, so she's pretty curious what
¿Qué tipo de materiales necesitará esta
this
vez?
time is something...
Como que especiales.
Malaus...
And
Ay,
what does that mean?
dice que quiere pinturas que sean solo nuestras.
I believe she means things that will remind you about this journey. What you have... Don't worry. Malaus just wants to see such objects and feel them. She went
¿Lo que le
from
diste?
the moon. And the card you gave me for moon prayer.
Oh, ya veo.
Oh! So basically, it's gotta be something to...
A ver. Objeto de misión. Flor rezo lunar que te dio Colombina. ¿Cuándo me dio esta flor? Yo no me acuerdo. No me acuerdo exactamente cuándo me dio esta flor. Ah, espérate. Cuando estuve con ella en la nave. ¿Puede ser? O en esa misión, tal vez. Porque de ahí no me acuerdo cuándo exactamente fue el momento en que me dio esta cosa. O sea, ya me dijo que no me tenía que preocupar, que no la voy a perder, así que entregar.
A good choice.
She seems pretty pleased, too. Whoa! Straight to the canvas she goes. You know, now that Paimon thinks about it, Malhouse's paintings pretty much cover your story from when you were born till now, Columbina.
Oye, esa historia aún no ha terminado.
And Paimon wants to see more of our great painter's work anyway. Oh, done already? Quick as ever, huh? Let Paimon see. Oh, this is so pretty.
Oh, espérate que está muy bonito.
Paimon had no idea Teyvat looked so beautiful from the moon.
¿Eso es Teyvat?
Now I can understand why Malhouse says that I have changed.
Oh.
Why's that?
When I see this painting, I remember that as I sat on the moon, watching Teyvat, but now, it was then that I realized that perhaps home is wherever the things and people you choose.
¿Es una idea preciosa?
Thank you. I think that after that, you're welcome to come visit my other home as well.
Como se dieron cuenta, estoy dispuesto a saltarme diálogos haciendo mi típica lectura diaria, de lectura rápida. Estaba pensando en las diarias, por eso se me cruzó el comentario. Supongo que las diarias las puedo completar directamente haciendo la misión, así que nada, no importa. Y si voy directamente a la misión, ¿me marcas directamente la misión, por favor? ¿What? ¿Y la misión? ¿What? Lee la carta. Sin vernos, como dices, sabe que estuvimos en Notcry y tuvimos una aventura, entre comillas, tan impresionante. Ok. Conmigo en el acantilado estrellado. Descuida, correrá el vino y Lira. Ya está afinada.
Oh, it's from the Tone Deaf Bard. Apparently, he wants to hear all about our adventures in Notcry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Star Snatch Cliff.
Ok. ¿Por qué no mejor ponen un TP ahí, güey? Tengo que caminar todo esto. Miren que está en círculo incluso. Miren, ve. Esta mierda. Lo hacen para joder, loco. Chile. Y no puedo subir tanto. Ay, no puede ser. Deme un momento. Ok, continuamos. Qué porquería, hombre. Y por acá también tengo que escalar.
off me!
Bring it!
Faster!
No mames lo que tengo que escalar, loco. Cada vez tengo más coraje.
Full throttle!
Está muy bien, quédate bugueado, me parece perfecto. Lo han hecho para joder, loco, al chile.
Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days?
Well,
News travels fast on the my wine.
Ajá.
Amazing! So I'm guessing the wild...
seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have...
Right! Paimon was wondering about that, too.
¿Durmiendo?
Let's call it half asleep.
Oh, es
I
verdad.
was resting my
Alto, alto,
eyes
alto.
in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside.
¿Esta misión está después de las misiones de los traumaturgos? ¿O antes? ¿O no importa? Porque tengo una misión pendiente traumatúrgica para 20.
It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed.
¿Puedo esquipear, por
He sent the ruin
favor?
guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
No me interesa.
They must have been making...
Yeah,
Como ahora. ¿Puedo esquipear, por favor?
Is that a... Oh, bring it on!
like that.
Oh,
Giving up
este no
already?
es...
You're not
¿Loen,
half
no?
as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search...
The bard in green. I was just...
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your...
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honor... Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, vice captain of the 5th Company.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh?
That's probably because when the wild hunt was still... Then, once the wild hunt calmed down...
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor.
Me escupé otra vez para...
I sent you back.
Deliver some letters.
Sí. Pero no son cartas. No fueron
One for the Knights
cartas.
of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery.
Lol.
Dad.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail? In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname.
Escritor de pacotilla.
Let's go with... Sir Writes a Lot.
I'll have you know that poetry and... So, tone deaf or not...
Wait, really? Darn it!
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand...
You sure are.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an
No dijo
address
creo.
as such. You could start by asking around.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here... Oh, sorry. Ruin guard.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Y bien, ¿qué dice la carta?
He also said to remind you to...
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right?
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city?
Bueno, está bien.
It's been a while since...
Thank you so much, honorary knight.
The abyss. The wild hunt.
Andrews.
Andreas. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me?
¿Por qué tendré las orejas tan calientes? ¿Alguien estará hablando de mí? Es lo que dijo en inglés.
Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office.
Grandmaster, bad time to get to— Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. This expedition is almost... We will make our try...
Pregunta. ¿Esta misión requiere de alguna misión en específico? No dice. Para aquellos que estuvieron en la expedición. ¿No puedes realizar completa el qué? Interesante. Güey, es tan mierda que te prestan solamente el personaje sabiendo los de Genshin que Varka no puede ir solo. Tiene que ir otro personaje.
Without the ratio of Sonari to direct them. If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeeper—
Just like I thought.
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of—
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand—
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas—
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight. That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will... P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with the PPS. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't
La
forget to
mierda,
write
le escribió a
back.
cada uno.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sure.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us.
Even I got a letter.
Wait a
And
second.
I'm not a real knight yet.
De hecho.
Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a...
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a
obsequio del
50-50
ángel.
chance he's just there for a drink.
I'm on bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver?
Really? Oh, that would be a great
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters.
Great. But I won't be resting just yet. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial.
Very well, but please remember.
I will. Goodbye.
Parece el diablo ese güey. Ya la puedo cancelar. Ok. Pero no me dice que tenga una misión recomendada por hacer. Ok.
Grandmaster offered lots of advice in his letter regarding my recent... So, honorary...
Oye, estos desgraciados no son de Inazuma. Hijos de puta. Siguen ahí. Ahorita sí.
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
No tardaré en irme, pero...
Huh? But Varka's coming back.
True. From what you and Lowen have told, it seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the pair. And yet, for some reason...
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my... I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting.
A ver,
And
momento.
Well, some might not even want to be a knight yet.
Algunos aún no han aprendido a relacionarse con los demás. Otros todavía no entienden que ellos también necesitan protección. Y otros puede que aún no quieran convertirse en caballeros. Están hablando de... al menos esto de lo que otros todavía no entienden, que ellos también necesitan protección. Noel. Relacionarse con los demás. Estoy casi seguro que es ¿cómo se llama este güey? El Lupus Minoris es Razor. Y esto que dice otros puede que aún no quieran convertirse en caballeros, Klee.
What's wrong? There's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death until I return.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mons. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was... But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship when the old aristocracy tried to regain power. Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense.
Wolf spirit? You mean that...
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf and the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with... This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt. But these days...
Huh?
¿Cómo? ¿Acaso vino de la corte real de los Silis? No, pendeja.
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like as such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I kept my speculations to myself, however. You experienced the turmoil caused by Deval and the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand.
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives.
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment, having heard about your experiences in Nodcry. And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the wild hunt and the doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
Bueno, mejor pecar de precavidos que de temerarios.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle, even if his contingency plan never needs to be...
Fuerte.
Carving waves!
Hola.
Okay, we'll deliver these letters to the Adventurers Guild and the...
The expedition is finally wrapping up.
Obsequio del ángel, donde Diona, ¿no?
Conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the angel ship.
Ah, no. What? No es donde Diona, sino en la otra. La otra, güey. Siempre pasa lo mismo, weón. Oh, fuck. Es neta, loco. Muevan esas estupideces a otro lado, güey.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other...
Please. I've known that little trick for...
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you...
Kaya! Rosaria! D-Luke! I knew we'd find you here!
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never kills.
Hace tiempo que no lo escucho, de hecho.
Traveler, Paim.
Tengo otras cartas aquí.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm...
From the look on your face, I'm guessing that...
He nags like an old man. It's hardly
Huh? Drop what?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, he, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius.
Yeah, right! Sounds like you...
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragon...
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. But my answer remains unchanged. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are... I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of...
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument.
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by...
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I...
De hecho,
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard
creo que la iglesia le deja un poquito más de libertad en esos asuntos. En cambio, los caballeros de Favonius no. No están discutiendo, solo tienen formas diferentes de proteger.
Oh, kind of like the contingencies.
¿Esta escena será exactamente lo que Varka esperaba ver? Diría que no, pero bueno. Ay, ¿por qué tengo que hablar con todos?
Public order inside the city, monster activity.
No puedo saltarlo, es lo que me molesta.
My reply won't be a long one.
¿No? ¿Y dónde está Rosaria? ¿Arriba? ¿Por qué se fue arriba, desgraciada? Estúpida.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back...
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. Well, I'm sure Varka knows full well that D-Luke would never agree to rejoin There are people like Kaya and I. And then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual.
¿Dices que se le ocurrió a un caballero de Boris?
Yeah.
¿Qué le ocurrió?
So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before he was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest knight. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Un NPC con máscara. Excelente.
Bloodstained Knight? That sounds...
Well, apparently his original, but he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters. Leaving It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to after all these years, he's still as persistent.
O sea, el sucesor... Ah, no, espérate. No es Klee, es Diluc.
About him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't... If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago?
Alto. Lo que decía...
Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland.
Lo que decía Varka entonces es alguien que tenga que relacionarse con las personas, Razor, alguien que a veces necesita protegerse a sí mismo, la Noel, y el que ni siquiera está pensando o considerando unirse a los caballeros de Favonius, Diluc, no Klee, Diluc.
That's a great idea. Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much
Dirígete al reino de los lobos. Oye, ¿verdad que dice por acá que vi un Hoy de esa weona? ¿Qué te refieres? He perdido el hilo por estar avanzando lo más rápido posible. ¿Y esta sombra? No puedo quitarlo. Dios mío. Tengo un equipo muy malo. LOL. No bajes la guardia.
Oh no! What now?
Ya digo que este güey es el diablo.
Stop right there. Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Eran 3 cartas.
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait. What are you trying to say, huh?
¿Quieres decir qué? Espera, ¿qué quieres decir? Lo que dice es que ha pasado la prueba.
Paimon passed a test? Really?
You may dispense with your suspicions. The wolf pack has borne witness.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you,
Nunca está de
I
más
should apologize
mantenerse
if it
alerta.
was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel... Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though.
¿Me tepea? Gracias. Algo bien que han hecho, Dios mío.
Try and stop me!
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attack. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect.
Un rastro que proviene del norte.
We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you
Lupical significa familia.
we just got attacked by came
¿Verdad?
all the way from Nodcry to Mons?
Familiar humano. Ok.
How is that even possible?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. The source of this turmoil.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can he be in two places at once?
Es que todos los dioses son así.
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods.
¿Puedo detener eso, por favor?
Wolf
Gracias.
King Andreas was particularly adept in this art.
Huh? The bard?
Told Bard?
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas? Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Seelie Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn's starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned, 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall. The knight asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more. Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked, "So, this is the world the humans dreamed of." Though the knight's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose he had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord...
There is no need for you to ask.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago.
You need not feel remorse on. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Nodcry. I fear Andreas has not found peace. That is surely why those vile aberrations were.
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the... And there's more. I detect another familiar
Podría ser Roland, el caballero sanguinario.
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of...
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other. It was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that...
Henry hace 500 años, pues tiene sentido.
Bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you...
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has
Ya
been
veo.
affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now.
Varka, is he...
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
Entiendo.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt.
I stay in Mondstadt too.
Razor, give me your iron claw.
Pero ella no es mandoble.
Traveler, give this token to the current
Ah,
knight
ok.
of Boreas.
Esto es...
It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thought.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. To prevent the entanglement of souls, the most I can do is temporarily house my... Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs more is the thought the great wolf king of the north remains strong for
Lupical.
now.
I will protect Lupical. The North?
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
Dice, joder, me pasé el extra stage de Sora. Ok. The dream you protected has spread across the whole planet.
Instead
¿Cómo?
of confining themselves to the heavens,
Eso es lo que te dijo el
God should
Sora.
broaden their horizons in the world below.
¿A quién le tengo que hablar? Ah, con 20. Puta madre.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll
Háblame
probably
sobre
have to
el
hit the
Lobo del
ground.
Norte.
The root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andreas, Dominator of Wolves and God of the North, he once left Nodcry and braved the blizzards to confront the God of Storms and claim the right to rule. Yet even as the tower fell, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years, before finally journeying when the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form. Boreas, any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
Ah, vale.
All right, over to you, Dvalin.
Eso le dijo Suguri a Sora. El sueño que has protegido se ha esparcido a través del planeta entero.
Part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
All right. Hey, wait. How are we getting down?
Mira. Nomás por estúpido. Oh.
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Iba a dejar que se muriera el personaje, pero bueno.
Grandmaster! It's...
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
¡Hey! Utilizó mi viajera adentro.
And I'm on too.
Dejémonos de formalidades. ¿Cuál es la situación?
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest knight of...
As expected, This hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but they have served their purpose. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for...
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him. True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but killing him might be just about The difficult part is...
Huh? What do you mean?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that. But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage. Particularly...
Lo que te preocupa... Los restos divinos.
Exactly.
¿Cuáles restos divinos?
Sounds like you realize what the crux... I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home. We still have some big challenges ahead before...
Y es la quote de Revival of Star. ¿En serio? No me había fijado. Bueno, por el efecto de lo que se has spread across the world planet, eso sí, sí tiene sentido. Oh,
Right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
momento. Un momento, momento God, tal vez diría, de la historia. Ya joda.
Hey, good to see you again. Oh, Boss Sneff asked me to pass on a message. She went to see Lauma and Columbina at the Frost Moon Scions. Apparently, there haven't been any changes to that space the Rahir of Solnari's in.
That means the recent wild hunt attacks have nothing to do with Rerir, right? Whew, that's a relief. Paimon doesn't fancy facing him again.
They're keeping a close watch on it just in case. With so many moon experts on the case, we're in... Oh yeah, Lauma and Columbina asked me to pass on a message too. Focus on the enemy you are facing. You know something? These Knights of Favonius are paying me a pretty nice sum to deliver a few
¿Nada más?
Short distance propulsion module on cooldown. 15 minutes until next departure. Switching to chat mode. Hello there. Varka placed a sizable order with the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop. I know it's hard at work. Secondly, I am also here to attend the meet.
Ya, vale.
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here?
Esperar a la reunión.
While we're waiting, could you update...
Dice... Hey, también vi otro Hoi de... ¿Qué? ¿Qué es Hoi?
And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is
Digo, entonces Suguri versión 2 es la Suguri justo después de
It
Sora.
has been reborn from the ashes.
Pues
It's now
supongo.
launching widespread attacks. Intel from the Frost Moon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rerir...
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control.
Whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active.
Cuando un riñón se daña, el otro se fortalece para compensar. Ya saben, banda, pueden tener solo uno. Se pueden comprar esa 5900 sin ningún problema. O esos 32 GB del RAM. Digo, ¿qué?
Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances. That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
No era el verdadero Roland. Era una imitación de lo mismo.
No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite. The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Barir's overwhelming power. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andreas as he slumbered by the bank of Eimsvartnir. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able.
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean?
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more from intelligence gathered during the expedition. We have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals.
O cuando los humanos se convirtieron en sal terrae. Oh, es verdad.
Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years.
O la deuda kármica con la que los yakshas han cargado durante milenios a la vez.
Land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound.
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effects. In that land, the passing of the Pyro-Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part of Andreas who remains in Mondstadt has experienced death once before, has he not?
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Come forth, Boreas!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land.
Neta.
Perhaps this is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind.
Neta, esta misión debió haber salido como máximo en la versión 2. 2.1, 2.4, 2.7, 2.8. Ver esta escena no provoca hype. Provoca rabia. Y dirán, no, pues es que, qué nostalgia, ven. Están abusando tal vez de esa nostalgia. En esta versión están abusando de la nostalgia, porque están metiendo a jefes con los que luchamos en la versión 1.0. Divalin, está el lobo del norte, incluso está la espada esta de 5 estrellas que todo el mundo decía, pinche espada rota. Ahorita no es más que una del montón. Yo full skip. Ya sé, güey. No provoca hype, no provoca emoción esta misión.
This is the end I have chosen. A final.
¿Qué pasó?
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas' final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason in his final moments, He made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect
Sounds like Andreas spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
Para fusionarse con las líneas de ahí.
I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god...
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even having this meeting? Let's go do this thing!
Hahaha, if only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss's control and reach Andreas' heart. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of it. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first Knight of Boreas, if we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen...
So we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments?
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole...
Ah, cabrón.
Wait, really?
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning not just the wild hunt in the Abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Nodcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost...
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, all the better for it. But anything that proved useful, we knew we'd be grateful for down the line.
Efectivamente, ahora está resultando útil.
Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last... According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means the fragments... But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the Wolf Spirit.
Okay, so 3 more mini expeditions to go.
I managed to gather one fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have... As for the third fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on. But we'll need all hands on deck to pinpoint the exact location. The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andreas' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his disposal.
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadt.
And since the Wild Hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers...
The Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop will also help.
Momento y ahora.
So, what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it, though. I mean, who actually reads those things anyway, right?
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Look.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god. I'm impressed by your courage, Miss Yehoda.
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that easy.
I'll deal with the second Wolf Spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy.
Usted va a preguntarte qué tengo que hacer.
All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismissed!
Ok. Habla con los demás, no quiero. Dirígete al lugar donde se encuentra el espíritu del lobo. Ok. Perfecto. No, espérate. Creo que me equivoqué de campamento.
Rev the engines!
What in the heck?
Yehuda, you dummy! You took the stupid job of your own free will! Oh, crying isn't gonna get you out of it!
Pobrecito. Momento y ahora. De padre.
Didn't you say fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
¿No es ese?
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight?
Hey.
Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
Whoa, whoa! Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and keep your head in the game! You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle!
Huh? Well, alright, just trying to lift our spirits a little. You want to see some photos I took of me and the knights before the expedition, maybe?
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Can we please just focus on finding the wolf spirit fragment? Is this what we're looking for?
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit. Just...
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either. Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this, I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have...
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this.
Redención.
Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Oh, sure enough, this place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for... We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage...
Por eso me trajiste contigo.
Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. Could you try reversing the corruption? Not purifying exactly, but separating out the Roland part from the wolf spirit.
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as the wolf spirit part?
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's memories. As they say, know thyself, know thy enemy. Understanding our foe is our surest path to defeating him. Let me think. How was it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single thought within the 1,000 winds. Capture that unique wisp before...
No tengo ni idea de lo que significa.
Actually, neither do I.
Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't think of anything meaningful to say.
De hecho, sí. Deme un momento, ahora vengo.
What actually happened?
A ver. Podemos continuar. Ya no sé, esperen, denme un momento. Yo tengo que monitorizar esto porque si no, no sé cómo me escucho. Listo. Continuemos.
I thought it might mean something to you. Never mind. I'll explain it in more human terms. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient kings, correct?
Bueno, sí, pero no fui yo quien se encargó.
If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a river flowing with concepts, and you were trying to capture the concept belonging...
Okay, but back then, we had a boat and a net. This time, we don't have any...
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for a boat. As for a net, this is what I've heard.
Thoughts and emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create a rope. Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Cuando no tengamos nada, es difícil de decir.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland. How are we supposed to use thoughts to anchor him?
Well, maybe you could try this.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Mapa?
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight Roland.
Vaya, tener algo así guardado en el bolsillo todo este tiempo.
After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander to Vat. But trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow. He never did find him. And so this letter has been sitting at the Knights of Favonius headquarters ever since.
Quite the antique, then. But how exactly is it supposed to...
Yeah.
Hey! What happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency?
What can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step, but I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. But anyway, don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely.
A ver.
Whoa. It actually worked?
You really are making this up as you go along!
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed. Just like he said.
Lo tenemos.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice I have sought to uphold, a great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed, turning it in the code of chivalry. If Abyss be thy name,
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end. With that, he bade his humanity farewell. I dare say you must find it quite ironic, Knight of Boreas.
That I... Dainsleif? No. Bore a striking resemblance, but that wasn't him. While we gazed into the past, he was gazing right back at us. Could it be?
Bedfornir. Ay, se me lengua la traba.
That's what happened. After leaving Mondstadt and
Qué nombre
wandering the
más
land, Roland ventured
más
underground
desgraciado.
and saw a revelation from the visionary. Once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods' judgment as the greatest injustice, giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything. That's why the Abyss can replicate him.
Claro.
The visionary this time?
No. Al fundador de la Orden del Abismo se le mostró una revelación en el pasado. Basándome en su experiencia, al menos es poco probable que el profeta intervenga directamente. Es que no es el profeta.
If our enemy could see the future, both the Wild Hunt and Roland would be acting with far more lethal precision. But even without the Visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't afford to underestimate. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you. Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides...
Varka explica su plan.
That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again.
Es demasiado peligroso.
No plan is free of risks. At least this one actually gives us a shot at fully eliminating the danger posed by this ancient god. Surely that's got to make the risk worth taking.
Pero no hay garantía de que funcione.
If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still have Jean and Mondstadt.
Oh, there has to be another way! Like a backup plan?
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
Ah, Yehoda! Yes, we've successfully retrieved the Wolf Spirit fragment here.
Nope. It's a total disaster. More Wild Hunt monsters than I've seen in my whole life.
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust me on this one. What can I say? I'm not the Grand Master for nothing.
La fuerza de la cacería de sobre con tal ahínco, la expedición final está ya al alcance de la mano. La siguiente parte de la historia se desarrollará de manera continua. Para una mejor experiencia te recomendamos jugarla cuando tengas tiempo suficiente. ¿A qué se refiere? Bueno, primero lo primero. ¿Puedo tepearme fácilmente aquí? Sí. Ajá.
Thank you for Add as.
Podemos continuar. Bien, vamos a ponernos un equipo un poquito más fuerte porque pues sí. Aquí está. Equipo fuerte. Espérate. ¿Qué me sirve más? ¿Bennett? O algún electro. Vamos a poner electro.
Don't tell me they did it again.
Ya. Dice, hello, ¿qué tal? Senkul Shigami. Senkul Shigami. ¿Dónde he oído eso? ¿Qué tal? Bienvenido.
Fill me in. What's the situation?
We ran into resistance almost as soon as we set off. Albedo said we should split into 2 teams.
Good call. Locating the Wolf Spirit fragment is our key objective.
Well, it seems the enemy figured as much too. Now, both search before we ran into trouble. This is the search area we decided on. The 2 teams are holed up here and here. They should have a clear idea of the fragment's location by now.
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying messages back, right? Do we have...
We can't spare troops from any of the fronts right now.
The logistics company is standing by.
Hanefa!
Designated drop point reached. Initiating situation report. The logistics company was assisting Aino with the production of the strategic reserve. But after learning of the situation on the front line, they
Amazing. Just in the nick of time.
Hey, seeing as you can fly and all,
I regret to say that without the workshop's catapult, and with my short-distance propulsion module on cooldown, I will only be able to return to the battlefield after the logistics company has very limited provisions, only enough for a single battle.
Both. Once one team has been rescued, the remaining forces will be free to support the other. We'll move out immediately.
Sure thing. Leave it to me.
La compañía de logística está equipada con una gran cantidad de explosivos. Varka puede ordenarle que aproveche el terreno para tender emboscadas y atacar a los enemigos que se hayan separado de su grupo. ¿Y estos randoms qué? O sea, ¿tengo qué? Ok. ¿Cuánto llevo ya en esta misión? 1 hora y media. ¿Puedo?
Something's not right. The Wild Hunt's offensive doesn't seem to be getting any weaker as the battle goes on. Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm. Logistics company.
Yes, sir. Reporting in, sir. We've identified viable...
Good. Wait for my signal.
Logistics company, deploy.
Únete al combate. Y ella es no, ok. Sí, está bien.
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight! Goodness you're here. Be careful. There's no end to these monsters. However many we kill, more keep coming.
Just as I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready. Is that the signal to say they're ready? Maria sweeping in! It's showtime! Fall back! Yes, sir!
What?
Ready? Fire!
Bueno, no los culpo, esas cosas me instamatan cuando las exploto.
The enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should be a while before they're strong enough. Use this time to catch your breath.
Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
That's not exactly very narrow.
We split the search area between us and the Retniki.
Either way, I was about to go lend them a hand next anyway.
Absolutely.
We've run right through our supplies. We'll stay here, and now that they've lost their numerical advantage, they're no match.
LOL. Ya veo.
Ugh, looks like the same situation here.
Reinforcements. Hey, you keep them busy while we work on getting rid of this god-awful mist.
Understood. Everyone got that? It's up.
Yes, sir!
Bueno. Oye, estúpido, yo estoy aquí.
Hey, they're running out of steam. Now's your chance.
Affirmative. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist. If we destroy that, the Wild Hunt won't be able to summon any more reinforcements.
Knights of Favonius, charge!
No me curo nada.
Ooh, I'm glad that's finally over.
Brave Knights, on behalf of the
There's no need to be so formal. When it comes to the Abyss...
Very well. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
Yes! Now it feels like we're finally...
I'll say. We're sure to face fierce resistance from the Wild Hunt, though.
It would be our pleasure.
Much obliged. All...
¿Y esto?
The hiding in the mist trick again. You all know the drill. The Knights of Favonius will engage the enemy while the Lightkeepers dispel the mist. Everyone, follow my signals.
Yes, sir!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
Sweeping in! Knights of Favonius, charge! Thunder! Up the ante! Rally to the Grandmaster! Charge!
This Wild Hunt doesn't know when to give up.
Varka, ve tú primero.
Mr. Varka, leave this to us.
Just like last time. Only a Knight of Boreas can deal with... Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster. We can hold our own.
Yo también estoy aquí.
Ha! That's the spirit. Stay on your toes and make the Knights of Favonius proud. Either we all march back to Mondstadt together, or no... final fragment is right there. Don't let me down.
It seems you have collected them all.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one, if you need a moment to rest, take it. Victor.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight!
As you wish. Then let us settle our unfinished duel.
Is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies. It's Egbert I'm worried about. You still alive?
For a moment there, I thought I might never taste the sweet wine of Mondstadt again.
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. We can take care of...
You're the only one still standing. Honorary knight? Fine.
We can't lose our Varka. Please! You have to find him.
Bueno, espero que tu plan siga funcionando.
You're holding back, Knight of Boreas. I can tell. This duel does no justice to the way of chivalry. I will. Your plan is doomed to fail. How can a helpless lamb hope to...
You're on to me already, huh?
Andreas's question, Boreas's answer. The means to bear a soul. Though the false path may be wide and welcoming. Oh... It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell. Join me and pledge your allegiance to the abyss, Knight of Boreas.
For the next part, it's over to you. Outlander who caught the wind. The sword is unbroken, but I can't sense the wolf spirit. Looks like I'm no longer in reality. This must be a space built from... There's no way back. And all that lies ahead is the wolf's maw. Huh. Guess the only way is through. Try to keep up! Try to keep up! A Favonius sword? Who left this here?
Lonely warrior. Take me to see him.
Okay.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I have slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons. But however mighty one's blade, the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince? On me!
Insisto, que no te pongan un personaje aparte para hacer lo que hace Varka. Es una mierda, Por cierto, esto es Varka C3. C3.
Is this the fairest shadow? It doesn't look like an imitation.
The title of Boreas must find an heir.
Try to keep up! The scent that reeks of blood appears to be getting stronger. Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them. Lupus Boreas, if you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice. Surrender to the abyss.
Malicious lies! Stormwind! 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 Maria sweeping in! Stormwind! Charge! Stormwind! My old friend.
This is not where your path ends. You must continue on.
This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter. I can't hide from...
You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
Even if you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior. Step forward.
Is this the heart of the wolf?
¿Qué es esto? ¿La casa de Géminis? ¿De los caballeros zodíacos? Hola. Oye, se parece un montón. Oye, ¿es verdad?
After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength. The power you take such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind. Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky, lit at dusk, dead by dawn. Utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out. And those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
Enfréntate al caballero sanguinario.
A knight's duty is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Bueno, y si ya dejan de tanta palabrería.
Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request... I shall do...
You're
not once have I
guess we have that much in common.
The ray here of Solnari's forces have been... I wield the power that... Therefore, after redeeming you from
The world...
No words can make a knight otherwise. Why would you pin? But now you no longer have the mean...
Maybe you're partly right. But I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
Return. This is returning to the ley lines. But what?
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that. But a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
Ha! 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 Pues ya ves. ¿Cómo ven a estos desgraciados? Bueno. A wallpaper. En caso de que en algún momento me salga por accidente el personaje. O para subirlo a wallpaper engine. Cualquiera de las dos cosas. ¿Qué iba a hacer? Así con.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and...
Even if it is not my intention, the soul of Lupus.
If a mortal heart is to bear the soul of a god, this is a path that cannot be retraced.
Your heart, your soul, they are collapsing.
You were wondering how a lamb could tame the heart of a wolf, isn't that right? Here's my answer. You get the wolf to...
The wolf spirit within the sword was merely a decoy. To avoid arousing my suspicion.
Compared to Lupus Boreas...
You have a stubborn will. Your soul is now merged with that of Andreas. Neither Barbados nor the Traveler will be able to anchor your soul from within the ley line. You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, I can no longer offer you salvation.
Ding dong! You've got mail!
The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you. Come on! To Mondstadt!
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka. To Varka.
Family.
No pig call.
Poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
Viajero que atrapó el viento.
Grandmaster.
Master.
Varka.
Varka.
Go Varka! He's the right one!
For Varka.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The Abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you believe in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
This is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
¿Y me dejan peleando? ¡Qué estupidez!
Is always true to their word. So please, keep your promise and return victorious.
Ah, lol. Anhelos del resto.
Right back at you, Varka.
Ay, sí me pegó, imbécil. De una vez.
The north wind blows southward. May it guide you on your journey home.
Eso no es lo que quería hacer.
Try to keep up!
Leave it all to me.
There's an ice-cold drink with your name on it. Ready when you are.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Ay, no manches. Justo estaba haciendo un ataque cuando me disparó esa chingadera. Ni era necesario esquivar esa porquería. Oh fuck.
On me.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
I can't fall here. Ugh. Huh?
Ooh. Fly home to us, Grandmaster!
On me.
Spread your wings and soar toward a new dawn.
Fate's chosen Lupus.
I can't fall here.
Súper estúpido que me dé Electro contra este pendejo. O sea, me funciona, pero ¿no sería mejor el Pyro? Cada vez me hace enojar más el Genshin con Varka.
One final battle.
Walk forward and do not look back.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name.
After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on, but they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius, but I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
Grandmaster, we're all waiting for you.
I'm not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I?
¿De quién carajos es aquí la Favonia?
I'll take that silence as your approval. Everything you swore to protect with your lives, it's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt, and the oath sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your behalf.
No es reír, es ¡Ah! Se me olvidó. El caballero sanguinario. Es injusto porque
it's just a shadow of the real Roland. But if you have the time, could you please read it for him? Rostam and Arundelen, they never forgot you.
Es injusto porque esa espada es de pago. El resto lo puedes encontrar en el banner permanente, como los 4 estrellas de vez en cuando.
From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead. Hey everyone, it's been a mighty long time. I'm thrilled to see you all again.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah, I'm home. Felt this wind on my face. Out.
All jokes aside, what would you have done if the Traveler hadn't been able to separate the wolf spirit from Roland's influence?
Initially, I was planning to have Barbados carry out that step. But when I approached him about it, he said there was a much more suitable candidate. The Outlander who caught the wind. Turns out our trust was not misplaced. Thank you.
¿Y si yo tampoco lo hubiera logrado?
Then, I guess we'd have had to get Barbados to send a wind to blow me back home. But it would have come at a heavy price. And with no guarantee of success. Besides, I'd rather not have him expend that kind of power.
Invocar el poder de un arconte. ¿De qué precio estamos hablando?
It's a good question. A glass of the finest dandelion wine, perhaps?
You're dreaming if you think it would have come that cheap.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my
face. Well,
with the shadow of Roland vanquished, a few knights will remain on rotation at the Nodcry Strong. Albedo and Durin will come back with the first wave. It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face.
Qué poronga.
Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance.
A ver, permítame un ratito, déjeme hacer esto, y esto. A ver, continuamos. Futuro.
Huh. You may already have learned of this from Barbados.
Astrolabio. Viste una catástrofe del abismo en el norte, ¿verdad?
Correct. Although as things stand now, I believe we may have changed the course of the future. Still, after I've tied up some loose ends with the Knights of Favonius, I'll need to make another trip back north. There's still a lot. Besides, the first group of knights who volunteered to stay there have yet to be relieved of their duty. How could I simply abandon them?
Ah, how noble. But be honest, your main reason for going back to Nightcry is...
Enjoy the breeze from...
Yes. Yes. Qué pendejada. Muchas porotos. Entonces, tengo que el F5 aquí reclamar esto, ¿no? Sí. Ahora, con respecto a esta tontería, tengo misiones recomendadas por hacer o en el pastel. J. Vamos a ver. Modo experiencia fluida, me parece que no. Puta, que de hueva hacer todas estas porquerías de misiones, ¿no? Pues... cola prismática cortada. Espérate, eso es para personajes, ¿no? Ah, digo. Yo no he enfrentado a este pendejo, ¿eh? Ya llevo como una semana la versión y no he enfrentado a ese pendejo. En fin. Como todas las misiones, la de Varka, solamente que me pareció un poquito el tema del combate. Porque Varka, a ver, Varka necesita dos personajes o un personaje mínimo de otro elemento para hacer la reacción o para que Varka funcione, ¿va? Solamente en el final se pudo aprovechar el combate de Varka. Quiero decir, al menos pusieron al viajero para hacer torbellino de Pyro. Y que Varka ocupe Pyro, ¿no? Para la combinación también. Porque que comience a pegar físico y luego Anemo es poco eficiente. Lo hace ver muy débil, de hecho. Permítame un ratito. Ok, perfecto. Lo hace ver muy débil. No me vendes el personaje. Me pareció muy la verdad. Tanto el personaje como la misión. Y digo porque vino muy tarde. Ya les digo como en el inicio que mencioné que esta misión debió haber salido en la 2.8 como máximo. Porque ya perdió toda sorpresa. Mondstadt es una región obsoleta, vamos a decir. Volvemos a Mondstadt nada más por nostalgia. Nada más por... mira la beta. Qué recuerdos. Y de hecho el evento que vamos a jugar pronto, que sí lo voy a cubrir. Dije que no iba a cubrir eventos, pero este evento es más que todo gracioso. Supongo que va a ser mejor que la misión de Varka, pero la vamos a jugar. Dije que no iba a cubrir eventos, pero esta parece que es importante, parece que es gracioso, parece que... Y tira también a lo que voy, es que tira de la nostalgia. Tal vez no es algo que complemente a la historia principal, sino que más bien tira a la nostalgia. Un evento que... A ver, teníamos eventos reciclados y esto es la mamá de los reciclados, porque ni siquiera es mapa nuevo, sino que utiliza de reciclado el mismo mapa que ya existe en Mondstadt. Qué pendejada. Y bueno, la tengo que hacer. Hice la misión de Varka porque aparentemente me salía por aquí que misiones recomendadas, la misión de Varka. Y no tenía ganas de hacerla y la hice la maldita sea, la verdad. Bueno, ahí quedó. Y sigo diciendo, no fue de mi agrado. Por ahí algunas situaciones graciosas. Lo único que me llamó la atención de toda la misión fue las intervenciones de Yaoda. Eso ya dice mucho de la misión. Que más te interese un personaje de 4 estrellas no es porque ni siquiera la quiera la Yaoda, sino que sus expresiones son graciosas. Por el resto de la misión, es que estuve bastante incómodo durante toda la misión. Debo de gastar esa vaina. Estas cosas. Acá está. Y el inicio con Colombina. Nada más. No me. Estuvo mal la pinche misión. A la chingada. Pero bueno, yo voy a continuar haciendo mis cosas aquí en Genshin. Vamos a dejarlo ahí. Que quede sonando de fondo. Por lo pronto yo me voy retirando, amiguitos. Ha sido 2 horas. Y eso que le he pisado el acelerador, ¿eh? A fondo. Con el tema de los diálogos, esquipeándome algunos diálogos. Leyendo, sí. Entendiendo un poquito la historia. Pero saltándome por completo los diálogos. No digo que todo vaya a ser así, porque hay algunas historias que sí me interesan. Las de Arconte me interesan bastantísimo. Las de personajes me interesan algo. Pero las de Varka es que no me interesaba para absolutamente nada, la verdad. La verdad, no me interesaba para nada. Pero en fin. Espero que Hoyover se reciba comentarios, o sea, lea los comentarios de la comunidad con respecto al desarrollo de las misiones, al desarrollo de personajes dentro de las misiones, porque la neta, si no escuchas a tu comunidad es que tu juego se muere. Es una pena. Pero bueno, es que también Hoyover le mete mucho dinero a lo que sería la publicidad. Y por eso es que por ahí más o menos se sostiene el pinche juego. Porque si no fuera por la publicidad, la neta, el juego ya estuviera muerto desde la... A ver. Lo último que pudo haber hecho el Genshin para seguir sobresaliendo fue precisamente en la versión de Natlan. Y aún así... En la versión de Natlan, sí revivió porque cambiaron muchas cosas. A partir de la 5.5, 5.6 más o menos se comenzó a caer nuevamente. Con Colombina volvió, pero no lo siento tan fuerte. Y volvió porque que Colombina, nuevas reacciones, ella permitía hacer nuevas reacciones, regalaban deseos, año nuevo lunar. Por ese tipo de cosas es que regresó tal vez a la vida el pinche Genshin. Pero de ahí la verdad es que no, la gente se aburre. Ya digo, tienen que escuchar bastante a la comunidad para poder salir a flote. Para volver a ser popular como era en la 1.0, 1.1, 1.3, 1.5, 1.6. Para atraer a más gente. Pero bueno, ese es mi pensamiento. No sé cómo piensen el resto de personas o cómo piense la compañía. En fin, yo me retiro tal vez mañana con el día jueves, ¿sí? Hacemos lo de jueves de Toho. Y el día viernes a ver si hacemos la misión de... Bueno, no la misión, sino el evento. El evento para reírnos un poco de la nostalgia, ¿no? Y reírnos un poco de Hoyoverso. Pinche Hoyoverso hace las cosas mal, ¿va? Con Genshin al menos. Va pues. Bonita noche, ahí nos videos en otro día. Bye bye.